Hey, and welcome back to the channel. Whether you are joining us live and you're watching live here on Tuesday night, hi, or whether you are watching the recording, welcome to the channel. So if this is your first time here, or if you've been here for a hot second, I would love to invite you to join our growing community here on YouTube. Super simple for you to do. Costs you nothing but 10 seconds of your time. Helps the channel out immensely as well. You go over to the subscribe button right below this video. You hit the subscribe button, ring the notification bell, and while you're down there, smash the like button, giving the video a thumbs up. What that tells YouTube is that you enjoy this content, you've liked this content, you found it helpful. And then what YouTube does is YouTube takes this video, takes the content here on the channel, and it shows it to other people that are searching weight loss or how to lose weight, or people that have shown an interest in weight loss here on YouTube. And listen, the one thing I'm going to say about weight loss is it is simple, but it's hard. It takes work to be able to do it and to be able to do it successfully. And so for those that are out there that are trying to lose weight and that are actually searching for practical tips and advice that work, that's what we do here, right here on the channel. We give real practical tips and strategies that work, not only to help me lose 161 pounds, but that have helped our clients lose 10, 20, 50, 100, 150 pounds using these same tips and strategies that we give here on the channel. So anyway, make sure to do those things. Takes you 10 seconds. But tonight what I want to talk about, we're rounding out the last month of the 2021. And a lot of people at this point have given up and given in on their, a lot of people quit on their New Year's resolutions 2 weeks into the new year. They get frustrated. They aren't seeing progress fast enough. They set a goal, they joined a gym, they joined a weight loss boot camp, they hired a coach, they hired a trainer, they went at it all by themselves, they got on YouTube and started watching stuff, and they got started thinking that a hope and a prayer was going to be able to get them to where they wanted to go. That if they just were excited enough, that was going to be enough to carry them across the finish line of weight loss success. And I know this because I did this for a decade. I would come into the first of the year, and losing weight, getting healthy, getting fit was at the top of my New Year's resolution list for a very long time. And even the years where I was like, that's it, I'm not having a resolution, I'm just going to do it, I still wouldn't do it. I was morbidly obese for, most of my adult life, is the truth of the matter, if I'm being honest. And it wasn't because I wanted to be. I had tried so many different diets, so many different fads, but I would get excited and I would this year's the year. I'm gonna make it happen. I've got to do this. Whatever my mantra was for the year, whatever my word was for the year, whatever it is that I would say. And it was just for one reason or the other, it just never happened. And through business, I had heard the phrase where it says, when preparation meets opportunity, magic happens. And I used to confuse preparation with hope. I used to confuse preparation with excitement. I used to confuse preparation with all the things that it wasn't. So tonight we are starting a series, and we're going to be talking about preparation, and we're going to be talking about what that looks like. So make sure, another reason, to hit the subscribe button, give the video a thumbs up, ring the notification bell. That way you don't miss those, because I messed this up for a lot of years. And what was the result of messing it up? Staying stuck, getting frustrated, not getting results, not losing weight. That was the result of not preparing. And so tonight I want to lay the foundation of what preparation actually is. And then we're going to talk about the different areas that you need to prepare for weight loss success. Because here's what I will tell you. That in which you don't prepare for success, you won't have it. If you don't prepare for success, it's like taking a bunch of crap, throwing it against the wall and saying, oh my gosh, I hope something sticks. Did something stick? Did something stick? Did it stick? That's what it's like. It's like throwing a bunch of crap against the wall and hoping something sticks. If you're somebody who reads the Bible, it is biblical that it says faith or hope without action, without works, is dead. And the works is your preparation. The works is your action. You can't just sit there and hope to lose weight, pray to lose weight, be excited about losing weight if you're not going to do the work that it's going to take. And so many people get started to lose weight and they start working out, they start trying to follow a meal plan, but they never put in any preparation to succeed. And so tonight, I want to talk about what preparation looks like. And then as we continue with this 3-part series, we're going to talk about how to apply that to each area of your life. Okay. And so preparing, I want to give you this example. I want you to imagine a farmer. Okay. And if I decided today I was going to be a farmer, and I'm going to go buy some land. I go out with the realtor. I look at some land. I make an offer. I get the bid, right? I go out to this farm. The farm's been sitting there for, I don't know, it's been vacant for about 5 years. No one's really done anything with the land. Let's just say I go out to the field and I'm like, look at my field. Awesome. I go out there with the bag and I just start throwing seed. Yes, here we go. I just start throwing seed all over the place. I haven't prepared my soil. I haven't prepared the field. I haven't tilled it. I haven't gotten out the rocks. I haven't gotten out the weeds. I haven't tested the fertility of the soil, the pH levels, all that to see if the crop I'm planting will even grow in that soil. I'm just excited because I closed on my farm. I got land. I went to the store. I bought some seed and I'm ready to plant. I did no research. I did no preparation. I just threw seed out here and voila. Now let's just say I do that, okay? Now if you know anything about farming, you know that I've already messed up bad. So let's just say I do that, okay? Let's just say I go back in 2 weeks and I'm like, all right, here we go. And I start looking around and most of my seed's gone. I see almost nothing going on in my field. No sprouts, no plants, no nothing. Imagine, I spent all my time, I spent my money, I got excited about my new farm. I went out there and spent the time to spread the seed. And now I come back expecting a result. And there's nothing happening. At that point, I'm going to be frustrated. And frustration is the root of quitting. Frustration is the root of, that's it, I'm done, I'm out of here. This diet didn't work for me. This workout didn't work for me. Maybe I'm just supposed to be fluffy. You know, the heck with it. If it's this hard, then what am I even doing if I'm working this hard and getting no results? And the truth is, I went out there with a hope and a prayer, no preparation. See, most people look at a farmer and they look at the harvest. They fast forward to the harvest. They fast forward to reaping the harvest and getting the money from the harvest. They fast forward to the result. But what they fail, and this is what I did for a very long time. Like I would look at people that would succeed in weight loss and I would fast forward to their end result and want that. I can remember joining like online boot camps, you know, diet things, gyms, and it would be like the day I'd say, okay, I'm starting on Monday. Well, it would be Monday at 10 o'clock. I had done no preparation whatsoever. I had prepared for nothing. I didn't have good food in the house. I didn't know what I was wearing to work out in. I didn't even know what time I was working out. I didn't know what I was eating for the day. Like I hadn't gotten rid of all the junk and I would fail miserably. I would fail miserably. A plan to succeed is what helps you succeed. Doing the work ahead of time, preparing for success. When you prepare for success, your likely outcome is success. When you don't prepare at all, you now have an experiment. You may succeed. If you do, you're making it harder on yourself, but you may not. You may not. In fact, chances are that you won't. So the first thing I want to talk about preparing, we're going to talk about one of them tonight. We're going to talk about your food, okay? We're going to talk about food. We're going to talk about working out. We're going to talk about preparing your mind, your home. There's a whole bunch of things we're going to talk about preparing, okay? But the one thing I want to talk about tonight is food. And so most of the time when I say, so we're talking about the different types of preparation you're going to do to succeed with weight loss. And so let's talk about food. Let's go there. Food. We've got to eat it, right? However, if you have a weight problem, if you have too much fluff, extra fluff on your body, then what it means is you're eating too much or you're eating the wrong things. And in my case, I was eating too much of the wrong things. That's how you wind up 5'4" and 288 pounds. I not only was just eating too much, I was not only eating the wrong things, but I was eating too much of the wrong things. Because there's people that eat healthy food like avocado and nuts and dates and, you know, all those things that are healthy-ish in balance and in the right quantities, but they have a weight problem, right? We all know people in the health and wellness industry that have a weight problem. They eat healthy, they're just not eating it in the right quantities, period, end of story. And then we know people that just eat, you know, fast food all the time. They're drinking soda, they're eating carbs and cheesecake and Twizzlers and McDonald's and Taco Bell and Jack in the Box and pizza and all the microwave Tostinos and, you know, all that crap. So they're eating all the wrong things and they're eating too much of it. Well, the reason we eat that is because we have it in the house. So let's just say you're preparing to lose weight, okay? Let's say you're like, okay, this is going to be my year. First and foremost, you've got to figure out what you're going to eat. What you're going to eat. What is going to help get you to your goal. And one of the things that I heard a very long time ago, the things that you want to focus on eating are living things. So either living plants or things that came from living animals. So living plants. Think of the perimeter of the grocery store. If you think of the perimeter of the grocery store, that's where your fruits, your vegetables, your meats, all of that, your eggs, your yogurts, your milks, all of that is going to be around the perimeter of the grocery store. You think of the middle of the grocery store. All the things in the middle of the grocery store, 90% of it is your processed items outside of, you know, your rice, your beans, you know, a few things in there. And so I can remember like 6.5 years ago, restarting my weight loss journey and saying for the first time, it was the first time that I actually sat down to prepare and made a list of what am I going to eat? Like, if I'm going to succeed at this weight loss thing, what am I going to eat? Before I started, I actually questioned this before I started. Before 10 o'clock on day one, when I was hangry, looking for something to eat. What am I going to eat? What foods are going to help get me to my goal? And what foods aren't? So it's coming up with a shopping list of what foods am I going to have in my house? What's going to help me get to my goal? Coming up with a meal plan of what am I going to eat? Listen, if you're trying to lose weight and you get to Monday morning and you don't already know what you're eating for the entire day by 8 a.m. on Monday morning, you are throwing crap against the wall. You have not prepared for success and you're hoping for the best. It is not a plan for success. When you don't have a plan, when you don't make a plan for success, then you're basically falling back on your old habits. You're falling back on your old behaviors. You're relying on your old habits and your old behaviors when you don't have a plan. Bad idea if you suffer with any kind of weight issue. Because when I was 288 pounds, when I was morbidly obese, I had morbidly obese habits. How do you know what kind of habits you have? Get on the scale, look at the number, and that's going to tell you your habits. If you are overweight, you have overweight habits. If you are morbidly obese, you have morbidly obese habits. It doesn't make you less of a person, but first we form our habits and then our habits form us. And listen, you know, if you don't know what kind of habits you have, you can't change them. If you're not honest with where you're at, where you're starting, you're never going to get to where you want to go. And so it was like, okay, like I cannot wait until Monday to figure out what I'm eating when I'm hangry, when I'm stressed, when I'm emotional, when my husband has ticked me off, when my boss has made me mad, when The kids are not listening. When we have all the emotions of the world and adulting and, the craziness that's ensuing right now across the globe, all of those things coming at us. And then we're expecting ourselves to rely on our old habits, our emotions, and our judgments. No, you cannot. I am a former morbidly obese chick. When I was trying to lose weight, if I did not keep myself on a short leash, if I gave myself too much leash, I would eat too much food. I could not be trusted because I had bad habits that I needed to overcome and form new ones. But those things don't happen overnight. So by the time Monday morning rolls around, if you're trying to lose weight, you should know what you're eating for the entire day. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and snacks. You should have it pre-planned out. Same thing with Tuesday, same thing with Wednesday, same thing with Thursday. That's how you go shopping. So you make a plan. This is the preparing for success. You make a meal plan. And by the way, I never used a meal plan at all. I was I'll eat what I'm craving. I'll eat what I'm in the mood for. We'll wait till Wednesday. How can I plan what I'm going to have Friday night for dinner? I don't know what I'm in the mood for. I literally ate according to my cravings, my emotions, and what I was in the mood for. I was constantly led by my life and by my emotions and all these external factors, being led by my goals and what I wanted my health to look like. And so you figure out what the meal plan is according to your goals. What kind of calorie range are you going to eat in? And inside of our coaching program, I give you meal plans that you can use as references: breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks. We give you 2 different options on how to track that. One's like a container system. One is more of a calorie counting, depending on how much freedom you want. One is a little more strict. One's a little more freedom, but it's still keeping track of your food. And so we teach people how to meal plan, because when I first got started, I had no idea. I was like, can somebody just do it for me? Which is fine as a reference, but at some point you've got to learn how to do it. If you never learn how to do it and someone always does it for you, you can't maintain it. But in the beginning, if that's too much for you, you can either join one of our boot camps and you'll get some examples of meal plans. We'll walk you through how to do it. Or you can actually pay an online service. There's different online services that make meal plans. You don't get a lot of things with it, but they'll make you a meal plan based on your goals and all of that. But it is a skill you should learn how to do. It takes you longer in the beginning, but it's one of those things that once you have the skill, nobody can take it away from you. You now have that skill for the rest of your life of knowing how to meal plan to lose weight. So once you have your meal plan, once you know what you're eating for the entire week based on your goals, not based on your feelings, not based on your cravings, not based on how the day went, based on your goals, then you make your shopping list. And when you go to the grocery store, you only buy what's on the list. You don't go to the grocery store hungry if you're smart, and you only buy what's on the list. And if it's not on the list, you don't eat it. All this is done before you ever even start day one. I know some of you guys are like, crap, I'm on day 10 and I've already messed this up. That's okay. At any point in time, you can press the reset button and start over. There's nothing ever that says you can't start over. Now, here comes the part that some of y'all are going to try to fight me on. If it's not on your eating plan of what you're going to eat, it has no business being in your house. It has no business living in your pantry. It has no business living in your refrigerator. It has no business living in your freezer if it's not on your plan and you struggle with emotional eating, you struggle with, a trail of failures in the past. If you're still trying to strengthen your willpower muscle, I have unopened snacks in my basement in this thing we call a cubby that we get out when we're traveling or whatever. But in the very beginning, I didn't have that. It couldn't be down there. It couldn't even be in my house, because if it was, I didn't have self-control. I didn't have self-discipline. I hadn't strengthened those muscles yet. So it had to be completely gone out, nowhere where I could get it, because I would go get it. and I would open it and I would eat it and I would sneak it and I would cheat and I would do all those things to self-sabotage myself. So if it's not on your eating plan, get rid of it. It can't tempt you if it's not there. I hear people say all the time, oh man, Carmen, I just caved last night. I had been good all day long. And at 10 o'clock at night, I got into the ice cream. I'm like, what is the ice cream doing in your house? If it's not in your house, it can't tempt you. It can't tempt you if it's not there. If I'm emotional at 10 o'clock at night and like I don't have the junk, what's the worst thing I'm going to do? Go down a bag of carrot sticks? Like, oh, okay, yeah, take that, carrots. Like, are you with me? And there's always things people will be like, yeah, but Carmen, you don't understand my husband. That's fine. If your husband brings junk into the house, then you can have an adult conversation with him and just say, hey, I'm really trying to lose weight. I'm really struggling. This is taunting me. Do you mind keeping it in your car or keeping it like my husband has an office? And when I was losing weight, it was like, babe, if you're going to bring junk into the house, will you please keep it in your office? Like, I don't want it. I know for my mom and dad, when she was losing weight, she would tell my dad, please keep it. So my dad would keep a stash of candy behind his seat in his truck while she was losing weight. She brought alcohol over to my house when my mom was losing weight because, she would have a wine or whatever at night, and it had become a habit, if you will. And so she brought all the alcohol over here so it wasn't a temptation. She removed the temptation from her home. And you've got to do the same thing. Let's just say you got kids. That's okay. Listen, over 70% of our nation is overweight, and kids are right behind on that. Like the obesity in children is alarming. Like our kids are we're setting them up with habits that aren't going to help them live long, happy, fulfilling lives. Being overweight is the number one cause of death, and it's the number one reason of bankruptcy. And if we set our kids up to struggle with weight, we are passing down that they're going to have we're passing down the number one killer in our country and the number one reason for bankruptcy. So listen, when parents tell me, well, Carmen, I have kids, they've got to have snacks. No, they don't. No, they do not. I've got 3 kids. And you want to know where having too many snacks leads? Overweight. Overweight. I was an adult who was overweight and who struggled with emotional eating and nighttime snacking and all of those things. And they didn't start when I was an adult. They started when I was a child. Being an emotional eater started when I was a child, when the adults around me who didn't know any better said, oh my gosh, you had a bad day. Let's get ice cream. Oh, you won your basketball game? Let's get a candy bar. Let's get a pizza. They rewarded my emotions with food, good and bad. They weren't trying to harm me. They were actually probably doing what their parents did. But I grew an attachment to food because that's what I was given when I was upset, or given when I was mad, or given when I was, excited or happy, or there was something to celebrate. It was all rewarded with food. And so it's about teaching your kids balance. Like, my kids don't get a snack every single night like they do at their grandparents' house, but then they come back home and they're sometimes, Mom, can I have a snack? I'm like, you just ate a good dinner. You don't need a snack tonight. You're fine. Drink some water. Like, my kids don't go hungry by any means. But it's about giving them habits that are going to set them up for success, not habits that are going to give them a weight problem that they have to spend thousands of dollars like I have, be unconfident, have it affect every area of their life. I'm not saying don't give any kids. I'm not saying don't have any snacks for your kids. Don't hear what I'm not saying. What I'm saying is don't make your kids your excuse of why you can't do it. If you're looking for a reason to not prepare for weight loss, to not successfully prepare, you will find one. Versus finding ways that you can do it. Is it possible to keep all the junk out of your house while having kids? Yes, it is. It is 100% possible. Even if it was taking your children once a week to go get ice cream and you got them a serving of it. For me personally, I would rather go get a serving of ice cream than have ice cream in my house. Why? Yes, I'm going to overpay. Yes, it's not as good of a deal, but I can't eat what's not here. And all these things I'm talking about, the meal plan, the grocery shopping, the cleaning out your pantry. All these things are the preparing for success. These all happen before you will have success in weight loss. I tried a whole bunch of different weight loss things. None of them succeeded. It was finally pausing and stopping. And when I started preparing to have success is when I actually started having the success. When it stopped being so freaking hard. When it stopped being such a struggle. When self-sabotage stopped being the epicenter of my weight loss journey. And so what I'm going to tell you is when preparation, you heard me say this earlier, when preparation meets opportunity, magic happens. Every client that I work with has an opportunity to learn from somebody who's done it. Been there, done it, and kept it off. And not only done it, but helped other people do it. That's an opportunity. But if they don't prepare, if they just come into the opportunity with hope and a prayer, throwing crap against the wall and hoping does every person I work with succeed? Sadly, no. I would love to say they do, but they don't. Because most of them don't prepare for it. Most of them come in hoping, not most, some come in hoping for success, praying for success, excited for success, but there's no preparation for the success. And that in which you don't prepare for success in, you will not have success in. Preparation meets opportunity is where the magic happens. Have you been preparing for your success? Or have you been doing what I did, which is throwing crap against the wall and hoping something sticks? The good news is, if you're the throwing crap against the wall and hoping something sticks phase, all you have to do is press the reset button. All you have to do is say, holy caca crap, I've been doing this wrong. But tonight I'm going to press the reset button and I'm going to start doing it right. I'm going to start preparing for that in which I want. I'm going to start figuring out what I'm eating, going to the grocery store with a list, sticking to the list, keeping the crap out of my home, including if someone drops off crap at your house, goodies at your house, throw it away. Go donate it. Do you know how many healthcare workers we have? Police officers, emergency workers, all those people that are working hard through this crazy corona. And like if I were to get like a couple weeks ago, I got a box in the mail and it had all these little treats in it and some popcorn in it and all that. And it was like, no, I am not going to keep this. I stopped by our local fire department and I just said, I really appreciate your guys' hard work. I have something here that I'd love for you guys to have. And, here you go. Thank you so much for your service. And dropped off this big tin of popcorn to them. And they were like so excited and thankful. So it was like I got to get rid of it out of my house and bless somebody in the process of doing that. So anyway, So I'm excited to go through this series with you guys. I'm excited to walk through this because I think this is a big step that a lot of people miss. And I think once you start doing this, it's going to be a game changer. So anyway, thanks so much for watching. Make sure to hit the subscribe button, ring the notification bell so you don't miss the videos that are going to be coming up, and especially the video tomorrow, which is our episode 1 of The Biggest Transformation. You're going to be meeting the 7 people who are doing the biggest transformation, the 7 people who lost a collective 33 pounds in their first week. So anyway, thanks so much for watching. We'll see you on the next one.